Two big stacks going at it. Once again, Marty
Holy
flops.
shit.
And wow, Marty in trouble. 10-10 jack.
All in.
Wow!
Keep bluffing.
What's up, poker fans? Welcome back to another Black Cash Poker video, where we bring you the best highlights and moments of the most entertaining poker events. Before getting into it, we would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos consistently.
We are about 15 minutes into the 600,000 1.2 million blind level. And as you can see, it's he and Marty. A little short here, 17 and 25 big blinds respectively. And a big jump up to Vlada in fourth. He had a bit of a... Kaya with deuces in the small 15 bigs. Might be time to draw a line in the sand. He does wing them in. And he's going to get looked up, I feel, by Sam here for 15 bigs. Pocket 7 is just going to be too strong to lay down. So we know Kaya can jam any pair, as we see here. Does flick it in 15 bigs. Not thrilled about it, but he'll be thrilled when he sees deuces. Well, 70 in the window. That spells death, Barbie. Absolute miracle running deuces. Not to be. Kayo out in 6th place. 2014 BSOP champion. Here it comes. First time he's going to 3-bet the second chip leader today, and it's not going to work. 9.3 million chips the bet. These guys so deep. Sam's not even going to enjoy the situation with ace-king. Does throw it away. Oh, he does decide just to call. This is the beauty of Bruno 3-betting. Jack 9-8, 2 hearts. Sam hates this flop. You know Bruno's like 3-bets. Unlikely to connect it with this. He does decide just to check back. Of course, he can bluff on later streets. He's going to check back his overpairs a lot on this board. All right, and just as we get this hand to the turn, I am joined by Brian Bacoli. How are we doing, buddy?
Good. How's it going, James?
I never know. Is it Brian Pacholi or Brian Bacoli?
It's Pacholi, actually.
Pacholi. I thought it might be, so I'll get that right.
But I've heard every butchered pronunciation over my life, so it doesn't even register me as incorrect anymore. I just you know, I hear something close and I just respond.
That'll do. Yes. 8-5 of clubs in a big. I'm going to see a flop here. Someone asking after Kayo in the chat. I'm afraid Kayo has been eliminated.
It's a pretty rough board for bottom pair here with no backdoor flush draw.
Right, and
I can see him giving it up.
Vlada's range from this seat with the big stacks behind is,
exactly.
is pretty tight.
Bruno's on the button and Sam's on the cutoff, so it's tough for him to mix in light opens here.
Matt asks for 2.5, does see another card, and what a card it is.
Wow.
Gives him 2 pair. Or does he just... I mean, he will mix in some leads, but I guess not with this hand. Has fallen behind to some hands, but 7 million the bet. Got to protect on this board.
It's not the best turn he was looking for sure. It's kind of scary to fire out another bet. It's a really interesting spot for Matt here.
All in.
Yep.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay. Well, Vlada's going to feel a little sick here. Of course, there are plenty of bluffs on this board, but just don't see how he can call off one pair here. Marty looking very interested. Obviously,
exactly.
He's rooting for a call.
Yeah, of course.
Anytime you're the short stack, you're loving it when 2 other players get it in.
I think he's You just can't call off here.
Right.
It'd be very interesting if Vlada was taking this line with like a combo draw type hand, like a king 10 of hearts or something like that, and then, you know, keeps betting and then gets put in this spot. That would, I think he's going to fold, but yeah.
Yeah, good fold, Vlada. He'll just feel like he's getting tortured on this final, but it's not been the case. Just going to run into it there. Bruno opens under the gun. Marty with jacks in the cutoff.
Wow.
He's just going to rip it in. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this is
actually really close.
right. Like, I feel like if he's going to balance and like just shove kings here, it'll take a few seconds to get to. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah,
I know Marty knows these spots,
You're
but if
not-
I'm in Mattis' shoes, I'd be like, wow, that happened pretty quick. And
Yeah, you're not wrong for sure. I couldn't really see him just cramming in kings, but wow.
Yeah, there we go.
There he goes.
Can't really fault Mattas for this one. Marty's got a few seconds to wait to find out he's actually in great shape.
Yeah, he's probably hating life.
I have a good hand, but he says, well, you've got a great hand.
It's big pot.
You see why he does take the high variant spot here. Gets it in against Marty.
I think 5 or jack.
10
Should
is
I
what.
do my move? Stand back.
He's got more chips. You can't do the
He
stand
did
and
the full yesterday.
backpack if you.
He put the jacket on, the backpack on, everything when he covered.
Let's go.
Go. And here we go.
Wow, that's one way to get
just-
off tilt. You
just
could
get
say.
the aces next hand.
Huh. Well, this.
Manus going to get some chips back here, most likely. Bruno flopping top pair, and 6 connects nicely with the 5-8 on board.
No. It's 5.
So
Yeah, I mean, Bruno's not going to be folding, you know. I guess if he's trying to set up around a pot or slightly less than pot size river shove, I guess he should maybe go a little, yeah, maybe his 10.5 number. 8.5.
8.5 is what we go with, and yeah, that sets up pot for river. I guess there are plenty of bluffs Mattas could have in this spot, right? Hands like 9, 10, perhaps queen 10 that may barrel the flop.
Ace 10, ace, maybe ace queen's a little too good to bluff with, or I guess they're both.
Bruno does make the call, queen on the end.
Matt doesn't love that card.
Right. Let's go check, check.
Yep.
King, no good. Got the aces, pal.
See you bluffing.
And, Bruno would have felt very happy when that went check, check
Yeah,
on the
for
river.
sure, especially that fast, you
Yeah.
know? He probably thought Matt had like a queen, like, yeah, maybe you said queen 10, you know, something like that.
Sam raising the button. Marty, ace, deuce in the big blind. He calls. They will take this flop heads up. Big bet here. 5.5 million. A hand that picks up a lot of backdoor draws, although we can see he's in bad shape against Marty's nut flush draw. And there it is, nut heart on the turn. Everything going the way of Marty Mattis at the moment. He checks, and this is a card that I feel Sam's going to have to barrel off with. Queen of hearts and an 8, blocking straights and flushes. Put Marty under a lot of pressure with one pair of hands. He does decide to check back and makes a queen on the river. Well, that is gin for Marty. He's found the check on the river. Sam with a clear value bet, having hit that queen. Counting out 7 of those 1 million chips. Switching one of them out makes it 6.5 million. Marty ready to spring the trap.
All in.
Wow. That was pretty fast, too.
Check, rip.
It's kind of... I don't know if I like that.
Right.
It's so big. Like, and when he checks back... when he checks back the turn, you know he's almost never got a flush.
Right, and you really want to have a flush when you check down.
Yeah, somebody mentioned about Run It Once. Yeah, I did do like 2 or like 3 videos with them, like maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I just didn't enjoy it too much. I felt like it just kind of felt like a chore. Like, you know, I had to submit X amount of videos by a certain day, and then, you know, poker players are not the most...
You see, the Sam found ace queen in the small. That's just a flat.
Yeah, that's with... What does he have?
30 bigs.
A little over 30, huh?
And it's going to work out nicely here.
This is not a good situation for Marty.
Bruno came along from the big king jack.
But I guess once he gets chips
it's a little different.
Yeah.
But you want to see it first, don't you? You want to see if the guy's going to play some more hands.
Yeah.
Well, Sam does check call. Marty's
This guy
C-bet.
says Martin is the weirdest player ever saw at the final table.
He's just a funny dude. Wow.
Wow.
It is the level of Marty Mattis.
Jeez.
This is a cold one. 20 million already in there.
I can't see Sam not going broke here.
And look at this. Marty's sizing big
That's
here.
large.
This is like a... This just puts...
Sam is hating life right now. Right. Yeah, I mean...
Those
just
hands that picked up hearts,
exactly.
maybe combo draws.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we can see
Jack
it puts
of hearts.
Sam in a horrible spot here with ace queen, which is like a
and
super
he has
strong
the queen of hearts in his hand too.
Right. Although the queen of hearts probably doesn't work too much that way because Marty probably doesn't go this big with top pair and the flush draw, right?
Yeah. He may even just check back those
Yeah.
types of hands. Queen X of hearts.
Wow, he finds the fold.
Holy cow.
Sam dodging some bullets here.
That's a crazy...
You know, shorter training sites, I feel the best thing you can do is watch streams like this. Watch top players playing for huge amounts of money.
Yeah, exactly.
You see them play to the best of their ability.
Yeah, I love watching like the super high roller final tables to just see, you know, the guys who are working the hardest.
Yeah, you learn.
Sam was on the button limp.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that Bruno just limps behind from the small, right?
Yeah, he did the same with Ace Jack suited earlier.
Right.
I thought that was interesting when Vlada limped the cutoff with King Queen.
That's right. It's the same thing here. I get to 25 big blind limp. And wow, Marty in trouble. 10-10 Jack. This is as cold as it gets. Both players flopping trips.
Jeez, this is bad for Marty.
I mean, the only saving grace is if this gets the turn, the pot's so small.
Wow.
And a heart on the turn.
Wow.
Well, Marty actually picks up a straight flush draw.
Yeah.
Right.
If Sam shoves, so I feel like he may have still just called. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if Sam raised the button.
I guess Marty with the queen hearts, he's just going to have to call here. No value in raising.
He's never raising. He's got...
This is like one of the best hands, right?
He's got the board on lock pretty much.
And a heart on the end. Marty
my goodness.
turns it into a winner.
He is running good today.
And now he's kind of running bad. It wasn't race pre-flop.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He could be the chip leader.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Bruno feels sick seeing that run out. Check from Bruno.
Yeah, he just goes really small.
3.2 million.
Bruno hates it. 9x. Yeah,
It's hard to imagine. Wow, good thought. It's hard to imagine a 9x that calls.
Oh, wow. And now Bruno's like, wow, we could have played a big one. Just talking about the game.
Bruno's raised the button. King, queen of diamonds. Mattas calls a king 9, and it comes king high again.
Here we go.
You can see some action once again.
These flops are just
Yeah, we got the
rigged flops.
yeah, we got the dial turned up. 2.5 the C bet. Small bet on a broken board.
Easy maybe.
5. Whoa, he's going huge. 15-5. Pot over pot.
Over pot.
Wow, this puts Matt in a really rough spot.
Right, I mean, within
It's a
within
really,
8 or 4,
really
he's
good
puking.
bet. That's a really good bet size.
But with the king, I mean, he has to just continue here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Also, Mattas just hating life because he knows if he calls here, he could face an all-in bet on the river.
Yeah, which it'll be interesting to see what happens on river here.
You see, he has pot behind. But it'll be very hard for...
All right.
Well,
Some
5
stuff
on
gets
the
there for
side.
sure.
Yeah.
7-6 gets there. Ace-3. He's going to check, yeah.
You short part.
It's a good try. He's going to end up showing anyways.
King, no good. And
Wow,
it's
I
just
like
flat.
it.
I like
I
it,
love
yeah.
it, especially with the suited. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, and
Well,
Vlad behind. Well,
and a 10 is going to be folded, so...
we can see this is going to go all in. This will be an all-in fold
Yep.
from Bruno, and Marty, of course, snapping it off.
Yeah, it sets up, the flat just sets this up perfectly. Granted,
Right.
they're still flipping, but...
Right, but Vlad can shove some plenty weaker hands here, and you just don't want to play a huge pot against Bruno, even with position.
Of course.
Marty's now praying for the fold from Bruno. Gets it, cool.
Sense. Flip.
Classic flip. Best of luck,
Yeah.
Vlada.
Good luck.
Best of luck.
I know Vlad is up in the top 100 on the PPL leaderboard with Marty, so I'm sure they've played a lot of online satellites together. There it is.
There it is. Vlada drawing dead on the turn.
Thank you. I'll play. Oh, thanks.
Well,
Vlada's
great result for him.
Thank you, man. Good luck.
Again, another one. Not a huge amount of live cashes before this, and just put out the chips for the call. So pretty big pot forming here.
Action. Yeah, I was
So
expecting.
I guess this is one of the hands Marty's going to want to bet, right? 6-side flush draw.
Yeah. Yeah. 6.
6.7. So a little over
Bruno's
half.
got a peel 1.
He does indeed call the flop. Deuce of hearts on the turn. All right, Marty
What
picks
a
up a
spicy
gutter.
turn. 2 flush draws gives Marty a gutter. These boards have been a lot of fun.
Now, if Marty bets here, this could develop into...
And we won't be seeing a fold, that's for sure.
Shade under 21 million is the bet. Yeah, this would be pretty sick if Bruno could whip out a raise here.
Yeah. This hand's kind of too good, though.
Right. I think he was just confirming the bet size.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. 68 million chip
This-
pot. Need a player with a pair. We have 2 flush draws on board.
Let's see a river, James.
Well, I mean, let's have the 3 of spades. Come on. Let's see what happens on a brick.
Wow,
9 of
there's
diamonds.
a brick.
There is the brick. Wow. Bruno checks. Marty looks at the river finally, and that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
And you see a red card.
Oh, he's
Okay,
double
We should
check.
balance the double check on our cards. See him do this with strong hands up to now.
All in.
Wow! All right.
Oh my
Marty
god.
rips it in. One
What a
half-time
boss.
pot.
That sigh right there.
That side's amazing.
That's poker.
Bruno's smart. I don't think know he thinks Marty's been like kind of joking around there, but all right. Bruno raising from the small queen jack of spades. Marty defends queen 10 from the big. 2 big stacks going at it, and once again Marty
Holy
flops gin. Queen
Jeez.
10-3. Top 2.
Bruno's lucky it's all hearts for
Right.
sure.
This will slow it down a little bit. 7 mil the bet, half pot. Bruno does check call with his top pair.
See how good Marty's running.
Yeah, this could see the chip lead switch.
It's definitely a good card for him.
So Bruno picks up a straight draw now. Of course, Bruno won't know he's been bluffed yet. 13-minute delay. As he checks here and faces a 21 million chip bet. Yeah, this is a pretty grim one for Bruno, isn't it? You're sat here with your one pair on the turn, out of position to the other big stack, and he's barreling away yet again. And he does just check fold the turn.
Wow, that's impressive. Wowzers. I like it. I like it a lot.
Flatten off the 30 big. That he's going to want to do with a lot of his hands.
Bruno.
Trying to, obviously, allowing a jam behind potentially. Allowing a squeeze. And wow, 10-4-3. Marty flops top pair. Making a spot of bother here. Bruno with bottom pair and the backdoor clubs. What's interesting, the way the tax works here, that I think if you do cash in a tournament, you may as well play the next one because you pay the tax on your net profit.
Honestly, it was probably silly for me to not play, but I was just so drained.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah. Calls. All right. I guess we're going to see a three-way turn.
All right, yeah. Ace of clubs and a 3. Marty, yeah.
Let's see how good Marty's running.
Yeah.
Jack or a 10.
He was feeling a lot more comfortable with this hand, wasn't he, before Bruno called?
Yes. He's not loving it, that's for sure.
That man is loving it, though. Matas just wants to see a nice, safe,
well,
like non-club.
For a few more seconds, he's loving it.
Yeah.
All right, that's
he's
really, really good for him.
Draws himself, of course. Lots of his flush draws would have turned perhaps a straight draw here. There we go. Does move all in.
Fold, fold.
Fold, fold is most likely.
Keep blocking.
Do not like the limp, but I like it for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, it's certainly in vogue at the moment, isn't it? People doing it a lot more.
It's back in vogue?
Yeah.
It hasn't been in vogue for 15 years.
They're catching up, Phil. They're catching up. You're
the only
going to have to move to the next level.
The only one that did that was Greg Merson.
Well, wow. Ace, King, 10. Bruno flops the set. Matas, second pair and a gut shot. And there's not a lot he can hit on the turn if he has nothing that's going to make him bet, is there? So you may as well just go ahead.
Right. I mean, what are you hoping for? That Matas limp with deuces and he turns a deuce?
Right. 11 million the bet.
11 million. That's a nice bet.
Yeah, into 19. It's going to put Matas under a lot of pressure on all the turn cards. But
wow.
A pair and a straight draw, I mean.
It's really, really tough for him to fold here. Matas. I mean, I think he's definitely in his mind. He's called.
Yeah.
Nice call. I mean, by that I mean to say, nice no raise. Because certainly you're really not in that bad a shape if your opponent has like ace-8 here. You know?
Right. And wow, turns 2 pair, but it does put 4 to a straight and 3 to a flush on the board, Phil. So hard for Bruno to bet this, isn't it?
It
Most
really
likely
is.
check.
I'm going to predict it to go check here.
Neither player with any need to bet this. I mean, both would like to protect, but such a dicey board.
Matas, I mean, like I don't know. He could bet 8 million or something, I guess, and
right, kind of set his price for showdown, and
yeah. I like to check.
Check. 3 on the river.
Bruno could. I don't know. I like a little bet here. I like a little bet here, like 8 million or something. Is what I like.
Not a lot of value in Matas betting, is there? No, he does check back, and Bruno will win with a set at showdown. So Bruno's had a little rough 35 minutes or so, but wins a nice one here.
There's the jacks. Now Martin, small blind with an ace deuce, and
it's worth noting Sam has been in quite a lot of limping, so yeah, Marty maybe.
What a beautiful fold that was.
Matas, of course, with 10-9 in the big, he will defend.
What a beautiful fold that was with the ace-deuce. I mean, I don't know how you fold that four-handed unless you sense your opponent is really strong, right?
Right. Sam opening off 25 bigs. It's hard to play against that stack. You can't really 3-bet fold to it. And flatting ace-deuce off is just a bit icky.
Still, I just don't see anybody. I just rarely see. It's been a while. I've been in a lot of commentary, and I just don't see people folding ace-deuce in that spot.
Oh, Matas check calls with his 9.
Yeah, nothing he can do.
And it's like, even here, you see Sam's got the best hand, but the whole final he's been in these kind of awkward spots where he's not quite got a great hand. Like jacks on a queen high board is good, but it's not great. A queen on the turn helps.
That's a great turn card for him,
right?
though.
And you're never getting raised, are you, when you bet here? The guy's always just going to call the queen.
Never getting raised, right? Exactly.
So you can kind of set the price for showdown.
Could bet 5 million. You want the 9 to call. Yeah, sometimes in these spots, I bet enough to get rid of the flush draw.
Right.
You know.
Well, he does decide to check back.
I think
Again,
that's fine.
This is kind of fun because now it comes a 5 on the river, and you'd expect Matas to bet all his missed draws now. So you're doing juice some bluffs.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's good. Anything around half pot. There you go, 7.5. Of course, Sam will
love it.
Call this. But again, you can see he's just like, this whole final, everything's been going wrong for me today. You can see how he feels sick. But I mean, there's no way he's doing anything but calling.
I don't know. I think he's seriously considering raising.
Yeah, he does make the call.
Yeah.
Thankfully, doesn't see a picture card.
If you guys would like to see more Final Table highlights from the biggest events in the world, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, as we do our best to provide highlights on a weekly basis. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the video.
It does seem like people are coached up to play king-queen, and
there
here it goes again, and it's in trouble again. 2.5 to 1 underdog.
So three of these players rooting to see a queen. Matas wants his ace-king to hold up.
Theories. Let's not mention any of those theories. I'll get myself in trouble. A few more outs.
Oh,
there it
Phil's
is.
called
there
it.
It is. There it is.
Now Bruno needs an ace or 9 to make a straight.
Yeah, now some of their outs switch, of course.
Yeah.
7 outs going to the river. 37 outs for his opponent.
Safe 3 on the end. No reaction from Matas. As he doubles back up to 55 million. Well, look at this. Again, Sam's opening. Again, he's going to get 3-bet by Martin. And again, I'm guessing Martin's just going to move all in with the 2 shorter stacks in play. He does. And Sam, it's going to be tough with ace-jack to get away, right? He's only got another 20 bigs behind. He does make the call.
Wow.
And I don't think this is a bad call.
Jacks versus ace-jack.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Well, you know, the other thing is, like, it's easier for us in the booth to know that Martin had ace-king, to know that Martin had 10s, to know that he had jacks. He's always
Sam doesn't know that yet.
Sam doesn't know that yet, yeah. Well, you said that. You said Martin's unlucky.
Ace 8-3, there it is.
Now, see, Martin. If Martin starts to believe he's unlucky,
Jack of clubs.
if he starts to believe he's unlucky and goes on tilt, that's what I don't know. Sometimes somebody who's as composed as he has, that's the other thing. Look under the hood.
Well, the
what happens when
break's
you take
coming
a
up
beat or
is-
two?
Yeah.
Yeah, the break's going to save him from probably going on tilt.
But this is a huge pot. I mean, Martin would have 280 million of the 440
Yeah, it's brutal for him.
in play if he could find the jack here. This is a huge pot in respect to the tournament. Queen on the end. And, well, everything's gone wrong for Samuel so far in this final, but a fortunate double up here. Does decide just to peel. Very hard hand to play out of position. And it's going to go 3-way with Bruno. Nine, 8, 8, 2 diamonds. Bruno flops a flush draw. Deuce on the turn. Good card for the 3s. Right, he decides maybe such a poor flush draw just to give it up. Worried about being against a higher flush draw. Matas makes the call with ace high again. He beats all these draws as things stand. 5 on the end. He now beats a pair of 3s. Made a pair. And Sam won't hate that card.
$10 million.
Well, he's bet 10 million. I don't quite get that one. What do you guys think of that river bet? Let me know. Marty complete. And Matt has his ace queen. Well, this is getting pumped up. And Sam was ready going to go to a family. Expect around about 10 million more.
12 million.
There we go, it is 10 million more. Sam with the easiest jam you could imagine. Here it is, the limp jam.
Call.
Ace. Ace, king, ace, queen.
No chop possible. Just a queen.
That sucks.
Or Matas will drop to 25 bigs.
Queen.
Sam will get up to
Queen.
43.
Pair bar.
Double up for Sam. Once again on our final table. Matas raises the button. Queen check. Sam going to 3-bet from the small with ace check suited. Well, here's what it's going to do. Calls, leaving a pot-sized bet behind. King, 3, 4, 2 spades. Terrible flop for Sam's ace check of hearts. Sam's going to attack this flop a lot, having 3-bet from the small. Bet 7 into 30, and Matas surely has to go up queen high. Wow! Matas makes the call with the queen of spades. Just queen high. Just 26 million behind in a 44 million chip pot. Just praying Sam doesn't jam here.
All in.
What a ballsy play here from Matas. No way Sam can call this. Marty, queen 5 suited in the small, kicks it into the muck. I don't see Matas playing jack 6 off from the big. Bruno probably to a mix of betting and checking here. Would like to give his fours protection. But knows he's not making anything but a fold. Does bet 5.5 for that reason. What a turn card, the 4 of hearts. Gin for Bruno, makes a set. Sam has a hand he's never folding. 7 and a flush draw, checks over to Bruno, 25 million in the pot.
What does he make?
Sam only has 57 million in his stack, so easy to size us up to jam the river. 12.5 the bet. Sam will be calling this.
I've only used one. I used it yesterday when there were 10 left. Since we weren't hand for hand, I was going to be big blind next. I was like just... And then Patrick busted, and they still made us play another hand. It was super messed up. It's just
King of clubs on the end. Yeah. Sam misses. Bruno's set best, 50 million chips in the pot.
So yeah, I was just trying.
Lots of draws have missed as well. You can represent some bluffs here. It's a dream spot with those 4s.
She tried not to hit the big blind, yeah, to see if someone busted.
But you still played.
He's hopeful that
even after the guy
Sam
busted,
perhaps is slow played an overpair, has an 8.
So I burned a time bank for no reason.
You abuse that time. That's why.
Sam has made a number of hero folds so far today. the only thing that makes sizing difficult for Bruno here. This is a man who likes to fold. I think this one he will fold. Wow, he has made the call. He does make the call, and he sees the sickening news. The perfect run out.
GG.
You know, sort of three-handed, or looked at it too much three-handed with the big blind ante, with the full ante, because
Yeah, it's
plays pretty big, right? I mean,
the ante is very significant. I mean, yeah, I've played heads up with the big blind ante as well, which is, but really it's the same as, you know, if you're playing nine-handed and everyone folds to the button, it's the same situation as, you know, starting three-handed. There's no difference. The difference is normally when you're three-handed, the antes get smaller. You don't get your nice under-the-gun timeout, you know.
there's no chilling. Bruno,
What was it, mate?
what is he up to? 11.5.
And queen 10. So it's represents a lot, and he probably bets most of his clubs and hearts on the flop. So he doesn't have too many of them. So like he's not actually got that many. He's not got as many natural bluffs as maybe you'd expect,
Right.
given that the board has so many draws, just because of the fact that he didn't bet the flop. And then on like a brick river, like maybe not a club, then this hand is actually not that bad as a bluff on the river either.
This one
On
ain't
the-
gonna work.
Yeah, but then the problem is when you start bluffing all of these sorts of hands, if you check back all of these kind of hands and start betting twice with them.
I'm trying to find
Yeah,
some
I'm not
bluffs.
sure. I really like using the time bank chip when I'm going to bluff in this spot. You know, the check shove on the river or check raise, just because you always do it when you have a value hand. And I like doing last second.
75 million.
75 milli is the bet. Bruno. 9 high.
Now we're going to see the heroic 3-bet jam.
No. Right, it should get us from 3 to 2 a bit quicker in theory.
Yeah,
Like
in
the two
theory.
big stacks can get it in a bit easier than they would normally be able to.
Yeah,
But that's
only
still
in
pretty
theory.
rare that's going to happen. Like,
Yeah, so yeah.
we still have to have 2 big hands. And speaking of big hands, Marty has a big one here on 10-10-5, and Matas has paired a 5. Well, this could get spicy. Matas going to c-bet. What would you like from Marty here?
Not a huge fan of that. I would take a bit more time. But then again, not a huge difference. But yeah, I mean, clearly raising's totally fine. I don't think you get an awful lot of credit in this spot, you know, because Matas is pretty short. But I expect him to jam King 10 off pre-flop, Ace 10 off, that sort of stuff. For what is, you know, 24 big blinds or something.
Matas is going to make the call, and with 0% equity. Not quite.
Tough to have 0%.
We'll round it to 0. Now it's 0.
At which case he's sort of repping like, so he's just gone for the jam.
Yeah, effective jam bet 40 million.
And I think Matas has to fold here. The ace of spades would kind of be fairly neutral as well. You wouldn't really expect your opponent to have too much.
All in.
Wow,
Nice.
he's put it in, and that is it.
GG Matas.
Drawing dead.
Maybe, yeah. The excitement maybe getting the best of Marty a little bit there. I think we could,
Yeah. Good game, guys.
Just
Good luck.
all right, guys, they got a little bit ahead of us here. Play underway, heads up.
Yeah, what did we miss, guys?
So Marty kicking his heads off match. And Bruno just, what's he supposed to do with ace high?
I don't know, but Marty's hands are shaking, so I'd probably call it.
They're always shaking. Come on, man. Pay attention.
It's a that spot is it's a tricky one with the sizing on the river because you know what, like you can go huge and try and say you have like 7-8 or so.
Limps, Marty raising up, ace-7.
Pop.
There we go. Ace on the turn. Marty finds a little bit of help.
Both very reasonable checks on the flop. Disaster of a turn card for Bruno.
Right, and Marty's checked again. Like Bruno just has to check this one back.
Yeah, I mean, Marty's trying to represent like 9s or 10s with this check. Maybe a jack himself.
Running aces. I guess now this is kind of a fun spot for him because he had to bet any of his garbage, right?
Yeah, he doesn't really have much garbage at this point, though.
Okay.
Like, although in general, I would expect that to bet the turn.
Well, call is made. Marty racing out to a lead in this heads-up match.
Yeah, 19.
Marty raising the button with king 10 off. Bruno, you can free bet any hand.
That's what
Jack
I'm
just
saying.
told us this.
Just saying, like, they're all fine. At some frequency. That's the new thing to say, you know?
I guess you have everything, right?
Yeah. I remember some really bad 3-street all-in bluff. And we were on the same table, right? We were online, and we were on the same table in an online tournament. We were sitting across from each other, right? Trying to get live reads and stuff. And I just bluffed off my stack against one of the other players. And he looks at he's like, hey, what happened to your stack? I'm like, don't worry about it. And he's like...
Oh, wait a minute,
wow.
Jack. Wait a minute. Bruno has flopped a flush. Marty has the nut flush draw and a gut shot. It's quite conceivable that Marty has a hand that's going to continue on an ace-high board, right?
Yeah.
25-5.
And he's bet over half.
Yeah, pretty unusual sizing for this particular board.
Right.
All in.
He does move all in. Bruno is going to snap.
Cool. He doesn't
And
flush. I have a flush, not flush draw. We need a club. Let's go clubbing, boys.
Let's go clubbing, boys, says Marty.
Hold, sir.
South America main event champion. A black card,
Club.
but not the one he's after.
Let's go clubbing. Club.
Another black card. Black, but no good. Bruno doubles up. Maybe, just maybe, we will get a Brazilian clean sweep here in Rio. Bruno limps in. Marty 4xing with a little bit on top. And Marty flops second pair, checks it to Bruno. Looks like he's going to stab here. And yes, Jack, he turns a lot of equity with this hand, right?
Yeah, this is a really nice 3-barreling hand. So you're going to expect to get check called a lot on the flop. So you don't want to start betting hands that are, not turning a lot of equity. You have flop draws to begin with. But I don't really think that you have to go into like the Jack 4 of spades to for bluffing here, unless you really think your opponent is playing too weak.
Right.
Check call, check fold.
Oh, he's going
Stuff. So I would say I'd put this in. I would say this is probably over bluffing a bit.
Well, and Marty going straight for the chips. Using
That was very
hands ago,
fast.
he bet very quick. He played very quick, and again maybe a little timing tell possible here.
top set, I don't think he would like just snap call
Right.
without really thinking about it.
Well,
And if he had something more marginal, you know, like I don't know, 10 jack maybe, let's say, or 7, I don't think he would just snap call either.
all right, he's pulling them out. We're getting some chips in the middle. 41 million the bet. These guys really are going at it. It's half a Marty to call this, right? I mean,
And even if he had ace-high diamonds, he might check it back on the turn.
wow, he makes
nice
the
call.
call. Yeah, lots of missed straight draws out there.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't block any of the straight draws.
All right. This outrageous structure in the millions now with these 90-minute levels in the 2 last days. The 55 is off to bed. It's 3 a.m. in Lithuania. Well, good night. And I'm guessing you're rooting on Matas.
Yeah. So I wonder who he was rooting for.
No, your bag carrier's still in the house. Bruno turns a gut shot after barreling this flop. Yeah, I never hit them either.
I mean, yeah. Missing them like that and also not noticing that I have one.
Well, he's lining it up.
I like-
35 into 30.
Love the sizing.
Setting up a nice little jam.
Set up the river shove. Prevent.
Mark McQueen eyes just... Bye-bye.
Nice bet.
Sorry?
I said nice bet.
Thanks.
You play your 2 cards on the board and it's a bit like Hold'em.
And if you play it perfectly, you don't lose too much.
Nikoff asks, can you play in a millions event without having a party poker account? You most certainly can.
Really? But why would you want to?
Well, if you say live in a country like America where you're not allowed to play on party poker, it would be a good way to play.
Surely you could still make an account, though, no? I don't know anything.
No,
guys.
you have to like move country and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting flop here.
This is a better hand to raise than like a 3 with, you know, a kicker that doesn't give you a straight draw, you know?
You got a bunch of equity against overpairs and you put them under pressure.
Exactly.
And here we go. Does raise it up. You also deny flush draws.
Yeah, and
Shove seems kind of crazy there, right, with 2 spades on board.
well,
I'm
I
all
mean,
in.
Right, he does move all in.
having the spades on board means that you can
Wow.
you can be up against a check raise from 2 spades.
Wow. Marty doesn't know it. He's a 2-to-1 favourite. 110 million more to call. Let's it go. Play about to get back underway at the new blind level. 1.7 million, 3.5 million. Four, 5, 8. Wouldn't you believe it? Marty flops the straight. Bruno with bottom pair and a diamond. Could do some chips in this one. $13.6 is the bet. Turn an ace. Well, this may save him doing any more in this pot. Sizing up.
Yeah, and his hands are shaking as well, so I think it's a dead giveaway.
40.6.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bruno lets it go.
And not just gamble for 400k or
Nah.
whatever.
Roll the dice.
That's loser
That's common
speak,
sense.
of course.
Come on.
The common sense, also known as loser speak.
Bankroll management, all that nonsense.
Yeah. nerds. That's bankroll management is for nerds. I mean, that's
Probably about £1,100.
Yeah,
You
like
need to get there and get home. And
the hint is in the name. Dumb.
9-6-3. Marty flopping the best hand. Not a bad hand to do it with, right? Back doors.
Yep, you got backdoors for days.
Back doors for days. 20.5 is the bet. Back doors for a day.
He's got 1 day worth of backdoors.
One.
He's got top pair for days, though.
He has got top pair for at least one more street. Well, for at least this street, I should say.
Yeah.
And for at least one more. All right. Looks like we're going a little bit bigger. 41.5, the new number.
Yeah.
He needs to have a 4 or a 5, basically.
I mean,
The natural bluffs.
yeah.
Obviously, backdoor flush draw is not a thing here.
He could flop straight draw, obviously, you know, keep betting it. God, that's like the quintessential shutdown card.
Right.
So
It blocks a lot of your value, I guess. I mean...
not really, not part of
Oh,
your...
sorry, because he's raised pre, yeah.
I mean, it was limp raise call, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't in that respect, yeah.
I mean, you could see him betting a 6 on the turn. But...
Bruno limping in, 10-3 suited. Yes, we expect a check here. Jack 7.
I mean, I think C betting is reasonable, though. I mean, there's not a lot to get on this board for many hands, so I think just
Right,
C
Marty
betting.
just has to give up a little
Yeah.
Queen 5 or whatever. It's just...
Right.
Well, it does get called, of course, by top pair.
We already saw Marty check fold a gutter.
Well, this is a little interesting now. Bruno picking up a straight draw. $20 million into 17.5.
Guess
He
again.
does let it go. I guess this pump. I guess it's just a lot of bad rivers.
So that's something to consider. You want to keep him on the ropes. You know, don't give him a lifeline.
Well, it's hard to think of turn cards that Bruno's going to want to fold on, right? One big blind, reasonable bet size into this pot, and also because of the texture of the board, right?
That's a nice turn.
I was thinking, yeah, cards Bruno will want to fold on. That's not one of them. Interesting.
Lead, okay.
Coming out with a lead on this card.
I don't mind this. I think it's okay. Marty should probably have more kings than Bruno.
Right, Bruno's going to raise his ace, king, king, queen, king, jack, king 10, all that from...
Yeah. And then a lot of his king X on the flop might even raise. So he's leading, trying to basically represent a 9, or like the very occasional king that he has. Which is fine, but it's not really... It kind of actually is going to look a lot like Bruno has a draw here most of the time. So he's only bet... He's bet 1.1 million, huh?
I was confused. I saw one blue, one white, but it is one of the big blues. The 25s into the mix.
I see. God, how... It'd be terrible if you flicked in the... Oh, no, he thinks it's just a small blue chip.
Pays it off. Huge hit for Bruno. We're in the big blues.
All in.
Bruno shoves it in. Martin, Queen 8 suited in the big. This is going to be a call, right? I mean, it's only for 5 bigs. Does make the call, and Bruno, wouldn't you know it, is dominated. Well, here it comes, Jack. Here it comes.
Yeah.
11 outs for the double.
He has 4 diamonds.
Brick it is. 10 of spades on the end. Marty Mathis is the champion.
This moment together. Okay. We'll make sure to get everything done. Don't worry. You can get my information from Tiago on WhatsApp. Very much. Let's go, Marty.
GG.
DD fast in the mix. What a surprise. There's a rail and DD's on it. Does DD even play poker? Does he just hang around?
His best friend DD just showed up.
That's the PartyPoker live leaderboard. 20 days left.